So then what's the process for working in the United States after you complete your postdoc?
That's a bit more complicated, and actually, let me start by saying, even when you are a postdoc, you normally get a postdoctoral position for a year at a time, which means that you're always on the hunt for your next position. And likewise, you're going to be looking for your next job on your third year. Hopefully you don't have a fourth or fifth year. I had a boss who used to say, Sam, if you're a postdoc for 5 years, you're like sour milk, meaning that you're not as attractive. Why didn't you progress with your career? So I always say to follow the 80-20% rule, which is 80% of the time you're doing a good job, you're doing your stuff that you need to get done, but 20% of the time you're always looking for your next job, you're always looking for the next steps in your career. You're taking that 20% of your day and making connections with people in or out of your discipline. Who knows? Things are so interdisciplinary these days. You may be a chemist who may not be working in chemistry down the road, but instead as a patent agreement advisor. As we know, there's many jobs these days that require PhDs that don't require the same kind of experience in the particular job.
Sure, and of course in the U.S. we have the big question about health insurance. Do the postdocs need to be on the health insurance provided by the university, or can they keep what they had in their home country?
Since they're on a visa, the J visa, and as well as the spouse on the J2 or the kids, they all have to have medical health insurance. It's very, very expensive, and again, not to brag, but I'm just so proud that the UC system figured it out. We give all postdocs, not just employee postdocs, health access. We give the non-employee postdocs, because depending on the color of your money, meaning the grant, it could be that the grant says only pay this postdoc as a non-employee, give them money, they can claim their money as income. So believe it or not, many important research institutions throughout the United States have different kinds of insurances for the non-employees that are not the same. It's not like the faculty stuff or staff stuff that people get. But to answer your question, yes, you have to have health insurance during your entire time that you're on the visa.
Well, I think that's about all we have time for, but I want to thank you for your time today, Sam, and I hope this has been helpful for all of you.
So I want to leave with just a little bit of encouragement that the postdoc experience today in the United States has vastly improved over the last 3 decades. There's guaranteed minimum compensation rates at most institutions. Most places offer you some kind of health insurance, which is a really big improvement. You want to make sure that if you're going to be a postdoc, you're going to go be a postdoc at a place that has a postdoc office. That's a big sign right there that that institution knows the needs of the postdoc community. And then you further want to investigate, as I mentioned earlier, how do you pick a good faculty mentor? That's the hard part. That's the part where the faculty really dangles money over your head and you're going to take it because nobody else has offered you a position. And in many situations, it doesn't work out, or it's just not appropriate expectations, and there can land up being a sour situation, which in the end, I still give you advice to somehow make it work. You need that recommendation from that faculty who you've worked for this amount of time. But otherwise, I say good luck to you. Remember, look into UC Berkeley or the UC system. We have great opportunities and experiences for you as a postdoc. See you later.
Great advice. Thanks again, Sam.
You're welcome.